Thank you, Avi. We now move on to class 20. The first speaker is Gia Popley.
Imagine you are compelled to see yourself as the only imperfect person in a world which is regarded as truly perfect. What will be your reaction? Won't you feel dejected, awful, broken-hearted? Well, I believe you would certainly ache for perfection. A very good evening to everyone present here. My name is Gia Popley, and I am going to speak on the topic Remind yourself that it's okay not to be perfect. Our dear society prescribes certain stereotypes which are supposed to define one as a perfect human being. But do you know the true definition of perfection? To be perfect means to be without any defect or blemish. How is like that even possible? Above all, why are we running behind perfection? Only to flaunt ourselves? Only to set examples? Only to feel haughty and arrogant? Trust me, you do not have to be perfect. Because the moment you are perfect, you stop learning and you stop growing. Learn to be real. Learn to be contented with the way you live, even with all those imperfections. For learning is all about making mistakes. Let me throw light upon this through an example. One of my cousins gave 3 attempts to crack the UPSC examination, but in no way in the next attempt she passed the examination with flying colors, only because she learned from her mistakes. Here, I would like to quote in the words of Colette Worden: It is okay if you fall down and lose your spark. Just make sure that when you get back, you rise as a hope and on fire. People compare themselves to others only because they think that others are perfect. Let me tell you, nothing is perfect in this world. You will encounter people who are better than you. So, instead of comparing ourselves to others, why don't we compare ourselves to our own selves last year, to our own selves last month, and to our own selves yesterday? If we find any flaws, then let's make it a point to improve rather than striving for perfection which is unattainable. We can take the example of Muniva Mazari, a motivational speaker who is a wheelchair user but still has an optimistic attitude towards life, only because she has accepted all her imperfections and converted them into her strength. Learn to fight your fears of perfection. Because according to Muniba Mazari, we all are perfectly imperfect and that's perfectly alright. We have this amazing fantasy about life. If our plans don't work, we give up. It is okay to cry. It is okay to be scared. But giving up should not be an option. Failure should be an option. Because when we fail, we get up, and then we fail, and then we get up, and it keeps you moving. Embrace all your imperfections. Remind yourself that it's okay not to be perfect. I would like to quote: When you accept yourself the way you are, the world recognizes you. It all starts from within. I unquote. This was my first declamation ever, and I would like to remind myself that it's perfectly okay not to be perfect. Thank you.
The speaker said the speaker took 3 minutes 28 seconds. Thank you, Gia. That was very impressive. The second speaker of class 12C is Maria Diva.